Hey guys, this is Jeremy from FuBaR Gaming. I'm gonna do a quick deck profile on Shaddoll Lightsworms. I'm gonna get started here. Sorry, I don't have an eye-end camera, so I'm using my laptop. And I got my Pokemon Yu-Gi-Oh mat. Alright, getting started. I run 3 Shaddoll Beasts. To me, he's the best card of the Shaddolls because if you flip him, you could get 2 cards to your hand, so that's a way to get more speed. And if you send him to the graveyard, you can get just an automatic draw that turn. I run 2 dragon. I run 2 dragon right now, but I'm thinking of adding a 3rd because when you send him to the graveyard, you can take out a spell or trap card your opponent has, and that's just a good way to get rid of some of the backfield. And it doesn't matter if it's set or if it's face up, so it's basically like a mystical space. So I think I might run 3 of him, and I'll show you what I'm going to take out later. I run 2 Falco. I mainly run it because he's a tuner, and he's easy to summon out if you send him to the graveyard. I think just 2 is fine. I wouldn't run 3. Also, he's good to get your Shaddolls in your graveyard back on the field face down to do their flip effects. So if you do him with Dragon, that's a good way to get 2 cards to your hand. Not Dragon, but a Beast. Beast is kind of hard to do the flip effect because you got a tribute for him, so you usually do it with Falco. I'm running 2 Squamatas, mainly because if I put him out for a flip effect, he's kind of like a man-eater bug, takes out a target. And if I send him to the graveyard, I can throw out some more combos because I can send another Shaddoll to my graveyard. So if he's sent to my graveyard, I could do like a Hedgehog, send a Hedgehog to the graveyard and add a Shaddoll to my hand. Then I got 2 Shaddells in the graveyard and 1 in my hand. So I run 2 of him. I wouldn't run more than that. I think 2 should just be fine. I run 2 Hedgehog. I know a lot of people just run 1 Hedgehog, but to me, if you got Shaddoll Fusion, you can keep recycling that. And if you only have the L Shaddoll Fusion, then it's even better because if you send him to the graveyard, you get a Shaddoll to your hand. And let's say if you don't have a Shaddoll Fusion or an L Shaddoll Fusion, you could use this flip effect to get that. So I run 2. Most people run 1. I think 2 is a good way to get some of your Shaddells to your hand, and then maybe get your spells. Now for the Lightsworn engine, I run 2 Raiden. Raiden's good for the milling part of it, because then you could just throw him out, do it on the main phase. He's also a level 4 tuner, which is nice because you got Falco and now him, and that's your 2 tuners in the deck. Yeah, so I just run 2 of him right now. Some people run 3, but I think 2 keeps out the balance of the deck, especially because I got a lot of side cards too. Next we have 2 Lila. Lila's good for getting rid of backfield, also level 4, which helps for your synchro summoning. Not much else to say. End of the turn, mills 3, so that's a good thing. I run 2 Black Dragon and 2 White Dragon. I think they are good to run in this deck because it's a light and a dark deck, and it's really easy to cycle them out and get monsters on the field for your XYZs or your XYZs or your synchros. You could also use it to fuse to get Construct or Winda, so they're good to have. I run 2 Mathematician, mainly because getting Mathematician first turn is helpful to get your speed going, and that's mainly what it's used for. If I don't get any Shaddells or Light Swarms right away, then I can get something going with Mathematician. It's really good to get him first turn. Other than that, mid game it's not as great, but first turn it's pretty good. Now this card, I'm trying to decide if I want to take it out. And if I take it out, I'd probably replace it with another Shaddoll Dragon, and that's what I was getting at before. I put Plague Spreader in there, mainly because if I really need to synchro, and he's in my graveyard, I can get him out right away to synchro. Other than that, he doesn't really have a whole lot of usage, and I just kind of threw him in here to like level up my monsters and stuff. Yeah, so I'm thinking about taking him out and putting a dragon in, a third dragon. I think that would be a lot better for this deck. I play one glow up bulb. I play it because it's good to get it to special summon it and do a synchro when it's in your graveyard. That's the main reason I play him. One BLS and one Chaos Sorcerer. Some people run 2 Chaos Sorcerer. I feel like you don't really need to, but if you want to, that's definitely a possibility. You could trade that out for the Plague Spreader if you don't want to run 3 dragons. But yeah, they're good for getting out because you can banish the 2 light and dark, and they're good for banishing your opponent's field. I play Eclipse Wyvern, and the reason I play Eclipse Wyvern is to get Dark Arm to my hand. It's a combo that could slow up the deck, but it's also a combo that could be really good to nail off. And the couple times that I've used it, I've either milled Dark Arm Dragon anyways, or I've actually got him out. And it's not extremely hard to get him out, but sometimes it could be. But Eclipse Wyvern first turn is definitely a good way to do that. So, or milling him right away would be another good way to get Dark Armed out, which can get rid of your opponent's field pretty fast. So that's why I run that. Some people don't run that. I think it's a good combo. It could slow up your deck though. So if you wanted to, my suggestion would probably be to trade it out with maybe another Chaos Sorcerer or a Dragon, maybe even a Squamata. So yeah, because Squamata is good to get like your Shaddoll Hedgehog to the graveyard or Dragon. So if you don't want to do this combo, I would replace it with maybe a Squamata, a Dragon, or a Chaos Sorcerer. Alright, moving on to the spells. I have 3 Shaddoll Fusions. That's a must for sure. Shaddoll Fusion is really good, especially if your opponent summoned out a Synchro monster, an XYZ, or any special summon monster. Then you can fuse from the deck. And I would prefer to fuse from the deck because then I don't have to give away my hand. But also depending on the monster, like I might do it from my hand. But Shaddoll Fusion is really good for that. And the only drawback is, yeah, you can only do it once per turn. So if you have 2 in your hand, yeah, then you can't really do it. I run 2 MSTs. A lot of people run 3. The reason I run 2 is because I have 2 dragons, and I might bump them up to 3. So that's basically your mystical space anyways. Yeah, I would run 2 right now. You can run 3. You could probably substitute it for something else, but 2 is a good balance with especially with dragon. I only run 2 El Shaddoll Fusions, and the main reason, one, I haven't bought a third yet. And if I buy a third, I haven't decided if I want to bump it up to 3. I like Shaddoll Fusion better, but El Shaddoll Fusion is definitely better because you can quick play on your opponent's turn, and that's definitely good for getting wind out and stuff. So yeah, I would suggest you either stick with the 2 or you could bump it up to 3, but you definitely need at least 2. Now for the single spell cards, I play 1 Mind Control, 1 Foolish, 1 Charge, 1 Regeki, 1 Book of Moon, 1 Soul Charge, and 1 Snatch Steal. So I play a lot of spells in this deck, mainly because these are good for wiping out the field or getting cards to your graveyard, so you can do other effects. Also, Snatch Steal and Mind Control are really good to slow your opponent down a little bit. And Soul Charge is alright. Since it's limited, it's not as good. Also, I haven't really used it that much. but it's definitely could be like a mid-game kind of thing, and if you're like really hurting for monsters, so that's why I have it in there. Regeki, good for wiping out the field. Book of Moon I have for slowing down your opponent. So yeah, so basically my deck with the spells and traps are to fuse and to slow down the opponent and get rid of their backfield. I run 3 traps. I run Solemn, Compulse, and Bottomless. All cards to slow down the opponent. Not much to say there. Alright, now for the extra deck. For my fusions, I only have 1 window, but that's because window's expensive. When I get it, I'm most likely going to get a second window, but for right now I only have 1. I would run 2, even possibly bumping it up to 3 if you have the money, because window is just like such a good card to slow down the opponent. So yeah, I would run at least 2. Even 3 would be really good. And I run 2 construct, mainly because it's really easy with the light swarm engine and the light monsters I have in here to get him off. He's also good for getting rid of your opponent's special summon monsters, so that's why I run 2 construct. But I don't know if I'd bump up to 3. God damn it. Alright, I don't know if I'd bump it up to 3, but I have it at 2. You could bump it up to 3, but you probably want an extra deck. So, anyways, I run 1 Shaddoll. I don't even know what the fuck its name is. I run 1 of this guy. He's the Earth one. He's pretty good. I don't know if I'd run 2. I run 1 because I have Mathematician in there. Other than that, it's kind of hard to get him out with the engines that I have in there. So I only run 1. That's probably all you really need. I won 2 Stardust right now. Keep in mind my extra deck, I do it because it costs. Definitely I can get like Castell and Lava Chain and all of them, but they're pretty high end. So this is a pretty good affordable deck. I run 2 Stardust. It's pretty good for if you need some defense and like some offense at the same time to like negate the effects and all that. And it's pretty much a standard for your decks mostly. I do 1 Armades. It's my level 5 synchro. And he is good because you can't activate card effects when he attacks, so that's pretty good. I won 1 Leo. He's kind of hard to get out, but he's really good because people can't run any effects can't be destroyed basically by card effects until my main phase, and he's got such a high attack that he's hard to destroy by battle. And then I run 1 Dark Strike Fighter. I was real happy when this became unbanned because I had bought it while it was banned, and he's really good because then if you tribute your monster, you can inflict a ton of damage. So it's really like a good mid-game and towards end-game kind of card to have out because it can finish off your opponent pretty fast. And Arcanite Magician is my other level 7 because I have spellcasters in the deck, so he's pretty good to get out and get like attack power on him if you need attack power, and also if you want to get rid of some of the field, you can get rid of the spell counter and destroy a target card of your choice. And then my last one is Iron Chain Dragon. He's not like a super great card, but he is a level 6, and he's only a level 6 I really have right now. So I run him. He's good for attack power, and if you have nothing to get out besides a level 6, it's really good. So this is my deck, guys. I definitely could use some work as far as trading out the dragon. Or putting a dragon in instead of the plague spreader. I just put him in mainly because I needed a slot filled. I don't have a side deck right now. I haven't been playing yet in tournaments as much, so I haven't played Burning Abyss in that much. So once I start to like figure out what I want for my side deck, I can definitely make a new video. Plus, with the new archetype coming out in May, I might switch up this whole deck because we're getting the Zephyro monsters, which have the Shaddolls on there, and I might just take out the Lightsworn engine and put the Zephyro engine. I'm trying it on Dueling Network, and when I figure that out, I might buy those and then do a new deck profile. But thanks for watching, guys. I'm gonna probably do another deck profile next week on my Masked Hero deck. I'm just waiting for some cards to come in. Also, I might be doing some deck profiles for like off-the-wall decks on Dueling Network, and I can show you guys that too. But I'm going to be doing more deck profiles as it goes along. Also, we are opening a new Challengers box next week, the Super Edition, and I will probably take a video of that too. Alright, well, subscribe, like this video, comment what you think of my deck. If you have some ideas, I definitely appreciate it. Most of my decks I make for not like expensive decks because yeah, Burning Abyss is good, but it's gonna cost you like $60 for a Dante, and you want like 2 or 3 of those. So like I make cost efficient decks. I think the biggest expense is Winda, and other than that, all of them are pretty cheap. And then Synchros, like you can cycle out Synchros. I also want to add some more XYZs to this deck, and I'm thinking of adding an Abyss Dweller, a Heartland Draco, and stuff like that because they're pretty cheap. So I'll probably get some XYZs in here because it does hurt when I don't have a tuner out and I need to get something from an extra deck. So I'm gonna add some XYZs definitely. I don't know if I'll make another video when I add them, but right now this is what I'm currently working with. So yeah, subscribe, like us. FuBaR Gaming. Also, I'm posting this on Junkbox Gaming. Definitely like them. You'll see me on theirs a lot too. And my friend Caesar and Nathan. We make deck profiles a lot, so just look for us on there. So Junkbox Gaming and FuBaR Gaming. Subscribe to both of us. Watch some of our videos. We make video game videos. We're doing some stuff with Yu-Gi-Oh now, and yeah. Sorry for the long drag out at the end, but I'll talk to you guys next time.